Hey, it's the Building Downtown. You can follow us on social media at the Building DT. You can follow and subscribe to the show on YouTube, iTunes, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm your host, Jason Kelly. You can follow me at JKellyMMA. My other co-host, Amy Barton. You can follow her at Amy's Bell. And the other co-host that you usually see beside me, Kirill Kasatsky, can't be with us today. Unfortunately, he decided to go for Valentine's Day and get himself food poisoning. So,
oh wow,
he will be back. He's
going through some things, man.
No shit. And we'll explain a little bit of this on the show. Finally, we got the man here, Ness.
Finally, I'm all right, man. I almost didn't make it today, man. My damn starter went out on the car. I just bumped, man.
That would have been 5 times we've been scheduled. It didn't fucking work out.
Man, listen, man. I was supposed to put the starter in myself today, but I'm like, man, we're just gonna do this show, man. It's just gonna get away from us. So.
You know what? Like, I have this way down on my list of if it comes up, I'm gonna bust your balls. But since you led with this, what kind of fucking car poltergeist do you have exactly?
I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. I think I'm being tested because I finally got my dream car. And this is the third one that I've got. So it's like, I don't know, man. I think it's like, we want to see if you really like this car like that. Yes, I really like this car like that.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I know the first time we were talking too, you posted something on Facebook, I think it was, but it was the outcome of the insurance or something like that. And I thought you got in an accident that day. So I was like, oh, fuck, well, this is canceled. And then, we figured that out. But yeah, man, nonetheless, you're here now. It's good. So absolutely. Talk of the town, NFL Super Bowl halftime show yesterday. I know Amy saw it. Did you see it, Ness?
Yeah. It was I walked in like right when Kendrick went into what was it, Be Humble?
Yeah, the Jackson mode.
Yeah.
He had that coat, man. He had that Jackson coat.
Yeah. Luckily there was no wardrobe malfunction, you know. So
what do you mean luckily?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not, you know, it would have been good for you, not for me.
Not exactly. So yeah. I prefer Janet to Kendrick.
Right. I was too distracted by his box of Cisco Slim Shadies, frankly.
Oh, what was up with that shit?
That's hilarious.
Anyway.
Yeah. And I like to how they had the guys in the khaki suits wearing the chucks doing the crip walk and shit. And I was like, fuck, you know how many people in this fucking audience don't even know what's happening right now?
I don't know what to think about the choreographed crip walking, man. Like, yeah, it looked kind of strange, man. You know, just because I could tell they were actual dancers, man.
Right.
Like, you know.
Yeah, I haven't met a ton of Crips in my life, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say not a lot of them do choreographed dancing.
Right.
Never mind
the barbecue.
Never mind that they were not supposed to do that.
Right. I mean, were they not though? Were they really not supposed to do that?
I mean,
yeah, I see memes, but I have no idea if there's any truth to it.
Look, bro, like it's cable TV in America in 2022. You're not supposed to fucking do anything.
This is true.
I mean, did you not see the 3,000 articles 30 seconds after Eminem being like, he took a knee?
Yes, yeah. So I think that was a PR move because I was originally on board with the kudos for Eminem to taking a knee. I'm still on board with the kudos for it, but apparently the NFL saw them, practicing that for days. So,
well, there's no way they could lose with that, though, right? Because either way, he's the white guy that did the thing, or right. if that's not it, then he just really is respectful of Pac and Dre. So either way, no lose.
Right. This is true.
Right, yeah. I remember a few years ago, I don't know if it was the Grammys or something like that. Eminem did that verse or freestyle, or whatever, going at Donald Trump.
Oh, that was a BET segment.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The color of your skin can be beneficial at times like that. Like,
I agree.
I'm black, I can't do that. I'm up in jail. Send the white guy to do it.
I agree. I think Marv Wone was standing behind him when he did that too. That was kind of fire.
He was.
That was kind of fire.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Marv was behind him. Marv and a couple other Detroities we know.
Bro, Marv is everywhere. That's hardly a surprise.
He really is. Marv is out there. Shout out to Marv, man.
Also, like, we're definitely going to get to the meat of why we're really talking to you, which is your new project that's not out yet. But speaking of battle rap and Marv and people, right? I saw he was at the first Midnight Madness. Were you there? I know it was.
I was
Atlanta.
There.
Were you?
I was there. Yeah, I was there.
Okay, so I know we're not here to talk battle rap, but we're going to talk about that here.
We talk about anything. We talk about everything.
All right. Nothing's off limits.
Right.
funny though, because the talking about like Eminem, the knee, and all that stuff, the Kaepernick, all that stuff. The Borat battle you had. So the fucking like 10 years ago, we first tried to schedule on the show.
Right.
Because we don't do like, there's no preset questions. I don't do a bunch of research. Obviously, I know you are, but a huge fan of you since like grind time, right? So
I appreciate that.
Obviously, so like I have an idea who you are, but what's the point looking up everything about you? I want you on here so we can have a genuine conversation, right?
Right, absolutely.
So I knew about the Borat thing, and the show's called Who is America, right?
Right.
So this one thing comes up, I think it was on a Reddit post. It says, "Who is America?" The first top voted comment was saying, "Black people deserve to be in cages," and this guy is another example of why. And I was telling Amy about it. I'm like, "Fucking look at this! Who is America?" That is the top comment. I
said, "That is America."
That is so fucked.
That's hilarious. That was on the one about me. That was on the one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I think
didn't
it was
see
a
that.
Reddit post. Yeah, I know, and like fucking, obviously the person caught a ton of shit for people with battle rap fans.
Right.
Then you get, there's some people in the thread too being like, trying to educate people, like fucking, you know, who you are and this and that and everything else. But yeah, I'm like, really? That's the fucking, who is America? That's fucking it right there, man.
That's amazing.
That's a perfect
disgusting.
I never saw that, man. That's hilarious as hell, man.
I do have two Borat questions for you, actually. We have a listener that listens to most of our shows that sent me a question specifically for you for this.
Okay.
We're doing fan questions now.
We are. And it's not, did you overdose or do you like waffles, Jason? So kill yourself.
Now you got to tell them.
I will. But anyway, so the two Borat questions are, one, you have explained at length before how this was all set up, like that, you know, it was a college professor and they paid you and it was small bills and it was really believable and all that. His question was, knowing that, not many reasons to be super suspect, but like, could you tell he was in makeup when you were really close to him?
I knew it was in makeup. I thought it was just TV makeup. I thought it was bad TV makeup, you know?
Right.
I didn't, you know, in the heat of the moment, man, I'm still trying to remember my bars. I'm not really analyzing them too much. Like I wrote this about this guy that they sent me a picture of. It's not much about him online, and you know, here he is with all this makeup and his big ass face, and it's like I don't, you know, I had no idea I was being set up. Zero idea, man.
So my other question then, because you obviously really didn't know, is I've seen many times, and particularly with whatever his last movie was, I saw a lot of it after that one, with people sometimes actually getting not only upset once it came out that they didn't know they were a part of it, but also because they weren't compensated. So you said that, like, you said, hey, you got to pay me this for this battle, and they did. Was there anything after that? Like, now it's a production and you know you're in this thing, here's some, we owe you money?
No, not at all. It was just the initial fee, and that's pretty much it, man. It was pretty much like a battle. You know, they called me, they said they wanted to book me. I told them, you got to pay me this, and they paid me that, and it was like $3 short, but they still paid me that.
Is there anywhere to actually watch, without getting on Showtime and watching the whole episode, to see that whole segment, or is it just the clips on YouTube that you can find?
I've only seen the clips on YouTube. I don't have Showtime, but yeah, I've only seen the clips on YouTube. I'm not sure if there's anywhere else, you know, but yeah, just the YouTube clips, man. I honestly wish they would release the whole battle, man. It was like a 20-minute battle.
Yeah, you said that. That's why I was like, damn, this 2 minutes is not enough.
Yeah. We went 3 rounds at each other, man.
So let me ask you this then, like the 2-minute clip that you, I'm sure, have seen then.
Yes.
Would you say that's a good representation of the 20 minutes, or was there a better part that you think they could have chosen?
I'm not mad at the part they chose, because I was being my same old sarcastic dickhead self, you know, I think I think it did what the show was supposed to do, but I also think I was kind of a monkey wrench, because I think I was supposed to be a bigger dickhead than I was, you know. So you know,
they didn't do their homework then, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. You know, but I actually get recognized from time to time, man. Like, do I know?
I was just gonna ask you that. Do you get some recognition from that outside of, you know, the typical battle rap world?
Every now and then,
Yeah.
I see somebody staring at me, and I don't know if they think I'm Derek Lewis or the dude from Here's a Where.
No, it's they think you're Derek Lewis. That's that. Yeah.
Oh fuck! Yo, he took a bad loss on Saturday. Fuck it.
I didn't even know he fought.
Yeah, he fought a co-main event against an Australian dude named Tai Tsuva. And Tai Tsuva is no joke. He lays people out. So does Derek Lewis. And Derek Lewis gave Tai Tsuva everything. I don't know how a human being could take that kind of punishment. And then they're clinched up against the cage. And Tai Tsuva created some distance. It came over the top with an elbow and lights out. He was unconscious and limp before he hit the ground.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Brutal.
I got to tell you, Jason and I have been podcasting for like 10 years, and it's almost up until this last year or two, all been MMA. Until the moment that you posted about this, I never thought it, and now I can't unsee it. Like, you are also Derek Lewis.
Like usually when people tell me I look like someone, I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I look way better than this guy. My mom sent me a picture of this guy. I'm like, if my mom says it, then what am I to say? Like she's seen me my whole life.
I mean, there are worse people to look like, so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, certainly. So we're here to talk about some music and obviously whatever else. But I know that. I don't want to just talk about this project. Talk about your journey through music, all that stuff. There's a rumor that we need to get cleared up in case the internet cancels right now, or who knows what's going to happen. So years ago, right? Like I was going to KOTD events, fucking like right near the beginning of KOTD. Right. And you meet fans there and stuff. You're online talking to people, other fans and shit. Right. And you hear bullshit all the time. Right. But I've heard this probably from about 10 different people. Did you ever ghostwrite for Stat Quo?
No. What? No.
Yeah, I said to Krill, I wish he was here. I was like, I've been waiting like fucking 11 years to ask this man this question. Right? Because some things it's just like that's got to be bullshit. That's got to be bullshit. But I've heard it from like 10 different people over the years. I'm like, fuck, is that actually true? And plus, he's around like what, 4, 05? So right, like that would have been a long fucking time ago. Yeah. And the rumor was always you worked at Interscope and you ghostwrote for Stat Quo.
I definitely worked at Interscope. I definitely did some writing when I was on Interscope. But but none for Stat Quo. Like you can, like. No, shout out to Stat Quo. He makes dope music, man. I like Stat Quo. But come on, man. My rhyme scheme is way more advanced.
Here comes the Lloyd Banks question.
Right.
Yeah, we had on this guy Matt McCann one time. He's a lawyer.
Shout out to Matt.
You know Matt?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Everybody knows Matt. He's everywhere.
That's cool as shit, man. So we had Matt on, and we were talking about 50. And if anyone ghostwrites and fucking, he was like, if fucking, and nobody's gonna, first of all, nobody's gonna take, like, they're not gonna take the blame, I guess I should say, for saying they ghostwrite for 50. And if so, 50 should get his fucking money back because the lyrics are so fucking trash.
Right.
So the ghostwriting process, that's what you were doing there? Basic ghostwriting for people?
I just ended up doing it every now and then. I was only on Interscope for a couple of years, from like 03 to 06, and that was from years. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't anything really beneficial like that for me. Like I wasn't known to be as Ness from Interscope.
Yeah.
But,
shady aftermath Nestle Records.
Right. I was sold that dream. I was sold like, yeah, Jimmy Iovine wants to meet you. He's gonna introduce you to Eminem. Yeah, none of that shit ever happened, man.
I think they got you, huh?
Yeah. Well, I was on a reality TV show like in 03, and it was called The Next Episode. And to be on the show, you had to sign to Interscope. So it wasn't even like I really got signed off of my own merit. It was like, we know you're a battle rapper. This is a reality show based on battle rap, and we want you to be a part of this because we heard what you do. And if you don't want us to pass you up and go on to the next person, you have to sign this contract. That's pretty much what it was. Not glamorous at all. Not glamorous at all. It was really just cut and dry. We'll move on to someone else if you don't sign this shit right now.
I mean, it's nice to have on the resume, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I still can.
Was the contract like? Were you like locked into a lot of shit that prevented you from doing stuff afterwards?
It was super trash. It was super trash. The contract was absolute trash. It was like, if I were to, it was like a 4 or 5 album contract.
God damn.
But only if I released music. Like I didn't have to release music. But if I did release an album under Interscope, the first album I would get paid like $25,000 for. The second was like 30 or some shit like that, all the way to the fifth one being like, like 75,000 or something like that.
Dude, that's like a UFC contract.
It was bad. It was bad. So I just did not make music when I was under him,
So was there like a time constraint on it, like a number of years? Like how did you get out from under that?
It was 3 years. It was 3 years. Yeah, okay. 3 years / 5 albums. If I ever released the album, then the whole 5 album thing would have begun.
Right.
Oh shit. So it wasn't the 50G unit deal, eh?
Nah, man. It was that shit was trash, man. So yeah, I just did not release any music while I was under them and waited until I got from up under that contract, started my own label, and we started doing things in the city, man. And we had a cool little run.
Yeah, it's funny you saying that. It reminded me of that song Rap Superstar by Cypress Hill. I'm sure you've heard it tons of times, right?
Yeah.
Like in the music industry, right? Whether you're doing the Interscope thing, doing your own label thing, writing for people, whatever it is there a lot of shit that you got to fucking eat at the beginning before you're up and running, like the Interscope contract and bullshit like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm very humble and some would even say meek individual. 2, I was so inexperienced that I didn't even know I was eating shit. You know what I'm saying?
You don't know till afterwards, right?
Yeah. So I was just sitting there being happy that I'm in this conversation, that I could put my ink on this paper. Like not knowing that, this is the biggest bullshit contract known to man. And they're lying to me right now. Like I had an inkling that they may have been lying to me, but I'm 20, 21 at the time. And like shit, they like how I freestyle and they quote unquote like my music. That's all I'm looking at,
So what the show, the Interscope show, I never saw any episodes of it. I know what it is, obviously, but I've never seen any of it. What was the basis of it? Like it wasn't like Total Slaughter or some shit where you all live in a house or anything, was it?
Nah. It was kind of wild, man. It's like they hid it from the world on purpose. Like no one has ever been able to find that shit until last year. My partner Spitfire, he was on the show with me. Yeah. He said for his birthday, one of his homeboys hit him up like, "Hey man, like I got the episodes from the next episode." I'm like, "How the fuck did he find?" He found them like in HD and all that. Like it looked like the original. Yeah. So it was 5 cities: Atlanta, New York, Philly, Detroit, LA. I think that may have been it. 2 rappers from each city. They follow them around for a week. They don't let them know who each other are. The other guy in my city was this guy Tone Smoke On. He was from Cleveland. He could freestyle his ass off. Kind of sound like Corrupt.
Yeah.
So they don't let us know who each other are. They follow us around for a week when we do our weekly things, going to work or doing our shows or whatever's interesting, whatever they could use to paint a narrative. Whatever they could use to paint a narrative of us. And then at the end of the week, we get together and we battle in front of a celebrity host. And it's like 5 rounds, and whoever wins that round goes to LA for the final round. Okay. So it's like 5 finalists, and we all battle again for like 5 more rounds, and whoever wins that wins an actual real Interscope contract.
The real one?
Yeah. Yeah. So that was the basis of it. Like it was like whoever wins this wins the Interscope contract. That's what they were telling everybody, but no one knew that we were all signed to Interscope.
So what happened with whoever won? Did they go anywhere with Interscope?
It was my homeboy Spitfire. He hasn't really put out anything himself. He has, but like not from a major league perspective. But he's written for tons of people. He's written for Flow Rider. He's written for Polo the Don. I think he may have wrote for. I probably shouldn't even say that, but a couple people who were on the halftime show. He has credits, man. He has credits, and Yeah, he's still doing his thing. He's still doing his thing right now. Spitfire, Spitfiya. Look him up.
Holy shit, eh? And how does that like? Could someone make a living off being a ghostwriter? Whether they're ghostwriting for R&B singers or rappers, whatever the fuck it may be.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It depends on who you've worked with and how big the songs are that you've worked on. That's pretty much it. But it also depends on what you negotiate. Like, it's not really about what you're worth; it's what you negotiate what your worth is. So, if my negotiating power is strong enough that I can, like, get this amount of money when I'm really supposed to be getting entrance money, then yeah, definitely going.
Like back in the day, right? You buy CD, it's got the insert. You can look at the song; it'll say who the writers were.
Right.
Now, is there anywhere to even find shit like that? Those kind of credits?
You know what? I don't know, because I haven't. Excuse me. I had a long day, man. I'm not sure, man, because I haven't physically bought an album.
Oh, in years.
Shit, what's the last album I bought, man? Maybe. I think it might have been Cruel Summer. That might have been the last one.
Wow.
Okay, yeah, that might have been the last one.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I remember the last time I walked into a CD store, because even if the last time I bought one, it might even came online somewhere. I can't even think of where one is around here.
But like, I don't care. Actually, I don't care if I'm that old person, but like, I'll die on that hill. I'm never gonna get rid of all the CDs I do have.
I still have all my CDs. I maybe have like 350 CDs, but I haven't been adding to them at all.
I have a stack of burned CDs from like Napster days, like late fucking 90s, okay? Yep. And I still have them. And every once in a while, I'll be like, sitting around with the buddies, having some drinks or whatever, and I'm like, fuck, there's no new music out. We're going way back. And I start putting them on, and there's some songs that come on, I'm like, what the fuck was I listening to? Jazzy Faye and the Birdman. I'm like, what the fuck was I doing?
Shout out Jazzy Faye, though, man. I like Jazzy Faye a lot, man.
Whatever happened to him? It seemed like he just went away.
He just bred it up, man, and enjoying his life and, doing little minor projects here and there. You'll see his name on like co-production. Or maybe not, because we don't have anywhere to look for co-production.
Yeah, because you used to always hear that Jazzy Fizzle Productions, songs and shit, man. It just went away.
Yeah. Nah, man, shit. I could not tell you the last time I've seen liner notes at all, man. I don't know, like
long time. Fuck, I used to like it too when they had the lyrics inside in the insert. That was even better.
Oh, that was the best ones, man. Like Nas, it was written. I used to read that. Man, I damn near knew that whole album, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
Just from reading it.
Although, fucking, we both just said neither one of us buy CDs, so it really wouldn't help us if they were still there.
Right. So I mean, I'm gonna show my age, but like, I don't even buy computers anymore unless it has like a disk drive in it. Even though I haven't used them. I don't use them. This computer I'm on right now doesn't have one. It's the first one I've ever bought like that. But I still have 3 or 4 more in my room that has disk drive. I don't use them. I haven't burned a CD in years, man. But I gotta have it, man.
It's crazy though that like to buy one like that now, you'll pay more because they don't want to make them like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, naturally, we really don't need it because if all my CDs were to disappear, I wouldn't notice. I wouldn't notice for like at least the first month. Wake up one day like, hey, where's my Razzcast CD at?
So the project you're working on now, I listened through what you said just a couple times. I wish Krill's here because Krill makes music too. So he was looking so forward into chopping up with you about the process and everything else, right? He's actually working. I better not put it out there yet, but he's working on something with someone that we have already talked about during this episode.
Nice.
Yeah, he's rapping in Russian all of his life. We live in Canada, but he moved from Russia to Canada, I think 2003, and kept rapping in Russian. And then a couple of years ago, not even like a year and a half ago, he switched to English. And he's put up 2 projects in English so far.
Wow.
And they both got good reception and everything. It was crazy. For the longest time I was telling him, switch to English. You're in fucking Canada. We're not over there anymore, man. Wow. Stop it. And he told me, he was like, it's hard. I'm like, how? You speak perfect English. What the fuck do you mean it's hard?
Dude.
And I would always tell him, like, you're bullshit. You're bullshit. And I watched an oxymoron interview, and oxymoron was talking about how hard it is to write in English. And that guy went to Oxford University. Yeah, man, he went to Oxford. Yeah,
I mean, if it's not your first language, we have so many like colloquialisms and like just 20 words that mean the same fucking thing. If it's not your native language, then
right. Yeah. I can see that. I can definitely see that.
So yeah, with this, with what you're working on now, you know, when you first started, I'm sure you're just like everyone else. You just make words rhyme in a microphone, and there's fucking zero substance. You're not setting together structures to songs and shit. So from there to here, right? Like, what's your approach now? Because it seems from listening to your stuff, I know in the email you said too, like there's no samples here. You create all this yourself.
Yeah.
So what is the process like from start to finish now? What are some of the things that you focus on now that, you know, a lesser mature Ness wouldn't have focused on?
Oh man, young Nestle. First off, young Nestle's name was Geronimo. Then I got beat in the battle, so I had to change my name. And I ended up being Matlock. Matlock was like my second name, and then I got beat in the battle again, and I ended up with Necessary. I think it was Ness. It was Elliot Ness. Got beat in the battle again, and then it was Necessary. And then got beaten.
Wait, were like name flips getting to you, or like why were you changing every time you lost?
Well, all right. So in Albany, Georgia, it's this radio show called "Who Got the Flavor." So two rappers call in, and they put on the same beat, and they say, "Who got the flavor? Who got the flavor?" And you say your name, like Nestle got the flavor. Who got the flavor? Nestle got the flavor. Well, go ahead and spit your flow and let them all know. Then you go off on whatever beat that they provide for you. And then, you know, if you curse or if you get washed, you want to call back again. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you want to call back again, but you can't use the same name that you called back before, because they're gonna know you to do what they got washed or you to do what they got that curse before. You know, so I was changing my name every time I got beat or if I cursed. And Nestle was the longest running one, and that's the one that stayed. So
that's amazing.
And how long ago was this? Early 2000s?
Oh man, 98, 99.
Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, when did you first start rapping? Because like you said, you know, you gave your age away a bit there with the Interscope thing. You said old you are, so I got an idea.
Yeah.
So like, when did you first start rapping? Like early 90s? Mid 90s?
Midnight, I think like 96 or 97. It might be maybe, I think 96. Around the time where Cannabis came out. And right after it was written in Reasonable Doubt. Because my first verse ever sounded like Nas. My second verse ever sounded like Cannabis.
And now your verses sound nothing like either of them.
Right.
That's growth.
Absolutely. Yeah. So the younger me was only concerned with being the most lyrical and hibbity bibbity and rappity rapping.
Oh, we're gonna do the Eminem thing.
And saying how lyrical I am and shit, like, and using big words, and you know, like I wanted to be like the 10th Wu-Tang member type shit. You know what I'm saying?
You got a throwback bar too from that time?
Oh man. I'm wreaking havoc and causing tragedy to each and every galaxy just for the fact that I'm a bad MC. I even got aliens mad at me. I had to be the first to leave the astrological staggering like it was intoxicated off daiquiris. Something like that. I think that was my second one. That was my second verse.
That's so. Fuck, I could have been rapping and writing all this time. I still wouldn't be able to do it that good. So it started in a good place.
Let me tell you how much I sounded like Cannabis. I had this one part in that verse right there that I would spit, and I would make sure I did the voice every time. Who wants to see the daredevil complete an amazing feat? Jump off the Sears Tower, flip twice, and land on my feet. You know what
I'm saying? That's amazing.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that is definitely Cannabis inspired.
Right. Absolutely.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so yeah, that was
this album here, you know, what's the is there like a vibe to it, a concept to it? Like what are you trying to achieve with the upcoming project you got?
It's still forming itself. I was gonna call it You Certainly You Didn't Expect This. You know, just because it's been so long since I released anything. You know, also I break the stereotypical Southern rapper mold.
Yeah.
You know, just something out of left field, but that doesn't really say who I am. So I'm really, you know, like I don't think I have that many projects left, you know, in me. I do, but like as far as releasing them to the public and trying to get some kind of traction, you know, I'm 40 now, you know what I'm saying? It'll be eventually time to move on, but I'm always gonna do music, just releasing it and having a plan for it and all that.
Well, what gets you in your feelings enough to get you to sing? Like every time I actually hear you sing, I'm pleasantly surprised. But like, what gets you to that point?
To what?
Sing.
Oh, to sing. I actually sing more than I rap.
Do you?
Yeah.
I feel like I've got like 10 folders of files of Ness songs, and it's like 10% of them you're singing, and every time I'm like, oh shit, yeah, you sing.
Well, a lot of one part of that may be a lot of the singing that you hear on my songs is me, you know, so you might hear some singing on my songs that you just don't know is me. But yeah, like singing is a lot of people don't really know, or I guess you would know if you followed me for a while, but I'm emotional. I'm driven on emotion. I'm driven by emotion, you know, like, and music is very emotional to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not really about, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, if I ask you who Come Down is about, are you going to tell me?
It was about a good friend. It was about a good friend, and we're no longer friends anymore. You know?
I got that vibe, yeah.
Oh, actually, no. I was thinking about, like, I'm thinking about a different song I did. Come Down was about my dog. It was about my dog,
oh,
Sasha. Yeah.
I'll get Amy the dog.
Stop it.
Yeah, Come Down was about my dog, Sasha, man. She passed September 17th. I was on the road and she just stopped being responsive. I gave her water long enough to get back home, and you know, I thought she was just sick or something like that. I took her to the vet, and they said she had cancer. It burst open inside her, and the best thing to do would be to put her down. So yeah, ended up putting her down, and I was listening to a lot of the Kanye album at that time, so that vibe, I guess I just woke up with that in my head, you know.
There was let me see. I feel like there was a song on this project that you sent that I was like, this has a Kanye vibe to it. That was not that song.
Really?
I'm looking at my notes right now. I felt a Post Malone vibe in one of them. That was Save It For Me.
Got to be talking about I'm a Legend.
Yeah, no, Save It For Me.
Save It For Me was Post Malone vibe. Really?
What? Nope, that's what I have.
Wow, okay.
I don't see the Kanye. I have like a million notes. This is how I do homework for shows. But like, yes, there were definitely like three or four that I was like, this is just straight up Ness. And then there were 2 or 3 that I was like, this could have featured Post Malone. This could have been a Kanye track. Yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good because, you know, as much as I want to carve my own lane, I still want to be relevant to what's going on.
Like Incredibles. The very first thing I wrote after Incredibles is this feels very Ness.
Oh yeah. Incredibles.
And like Bottom of the World was like felt very throwbacky to me, but also very you-ish.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Save It For Me. I actually wrote that for Future originally.
No shit.
Yeah. And of course he didn't use it. So it was just sitting there, and I'm sitting there like, wait, hold up, man. This is my fucking song. Let me go ahead and
can I say that I would listen to Ain't No Lovin' Tonight every day?
Really?
That made me, oh my gosh, it makes me laugh. I love it so much.
I forgot I said that.
Yes, there's a bunch of older ones in there that you have labeled as old anyway. But
okay, indeed. Yeah, I actually did that for a play. We did what was it called? Lonnie's Juke Joint. So it was set in the 40s or 30s. Okay. And I played a role called Knuckle Man Ness.
You acted in the play?
Yeah, I acted in it. And
holy shit, I didn't know you act too.
I'm trash, but I'm entertaining. But I'm entertaining, so you know.
Oh, here, Kanye. I'm taking my time. That was an older one. That's the one that I said Kanye vibes.
Ah, okay. I did that one for a TV show, actually. That was for a what's it? You Pirate. It's gonna be coming out pretty soon. It's about vampires. And yeah, my character that I wrote that for was like a lazy vampire. but he can like reset time and shit like that. So, you know, that's probably make more sense when you listen to it now after I tell you those couple of little details on it.
So what you're actually telling us is you may or may not actually be retired from battling, because you say you are, but I hope you're not. And you're still making music and you can't keep a car. And that's only actually like 5% of what you've got going on, is what you just basically said.
Pretty much. I never will say that I am retired from battle rap. I'm definitely not an active battle rapper.
Sure.
Definitely not an active battle rapper, but
until they give you Pat.
Until they give me Pat, you know, give me Pat or Hollow or you know, somebody.
Man, Hollow would be so good.
Fuck, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, you know, but I don't see those happening, so I guess I'm actively retired, you know.
But more importantly, so you're writing for future, but not writing for future, and you're in plays and writing for TV shows. Like, what else are we not seeing you do?
Shoot, my main source of income right now is I make sinks.
I make
sinks and countertops and shit like that, man. A lot of people think I'm a mason. I'm not a mason. I'm a stone fabricator.
Commercial. That sounds really hard.
It can be, but nah. For some reason, I'm really good at it. I don't know why.
Sounds like a lot of heavy lifting.
It is.
That's why you're good at it.
A lot of heavy lifting, man. I shape and do all sorts of things with big slabs of stone. And
my buddy's a bricklayer, and years ago he got a side job, and I was his laborer for a day. It was a 15-hour day, and I was like, I would never in my fucking life do this as a career. He paid me like $1,200 or some shit for a 15-hour day, so that was worth it. But even still, I was like, fuck this, man. Carrying the bricks up the scaffold and all that shit. No. No, I'll go back to my office chair, my desk. I'm happy there.
Yeah, I ain't making 15 a day. That would be amazing. I ain't making 15.
Yeah, it was a side job, and he just wanted to bang it out one fucking day, and he didn't want. He told me, I'll split the money with you. Just be my laborer. You know, I had a hatchback Honda Civic, and we kept going back to the brickyard and loading in skids of bricks in the hatchback Honda Civic. So I would pull out, and my car was already lowered, and the fucking exhaust would be touching the fucking ground. Driving back to the house. Thankfully, it was only like 5-10 minutes away, but still. Because he even said to me, he's like, we could rent a truck. I was like, fuck renting the truck. We'll put it in my Civic. It's more money for us in the end.
I got you.
Yeah, these it's cool. All these opportunities that you've had and these things that you've done that have to do with music. Because most people, when they think about it, right, if you're not the guy like in front of the mic, you probably don't have a career in music. People don't think of jingles or TV shows or movies or plays or any of that shit.
That's what I want to get into.
Right? How do you get into that?
So I haven't had a really big placement as far as writing. It's just about timing and you know, a little bit of luck. Of course, you got to have the skill. But you know, I've been on video games and you know, a couple commercials.
What the fuck?
How do you get these opportunities?
I guess just being in the right place at the right time, man. You know?
Because I mean, like if fucking I had to go research it, I wouldn't even know where to begin, right? To start looking for opportunities like that. So is it just making contacts over the years and things like that as well?
It's really, just networking. And I'm the worst at networking because I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But like I'll have all intention to follow up like I say I am, and I just don't, man. Like forget about it or get busy or some other shit. I don't know. So I just get lucky enough that, you know, someone might hear something I'm doing and they want to make something happen right then and there. If it's going to be something that's going to take a couple of months, then I'm the worst, man. I'm the absolute worst, and I'm not gonna, I'm gonna hit you up every now and then. Hey, what's up, man? Just to check on you, but I ain't even really gonna be thinking about the business side of it. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, you've also put in your time, so there are plenty of people who do know who you are, whether or not you have a lucky moment, that somebody hears you.
Indeed. Yeah, this is true. But
sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do you or have you ever had a manager to take
opportunities
like that?
I have. I've had two managers. What's that?
Was it beneficial?
Yeah. My first manager was just my homeboy. He was, I guess you could call him a shrewd negotiator.
Yeah.
And he didn't really know too much about the industry, but he got me a couple contacts, and the contact that he got me was the one that got me on the video game.
Nice.
Yeah, the second manager is the one that got me on the TV show. You know what I'm saying? So, and after that, I was managing myself. I wasn't really knowing that I was managing myself, but I was just hungry and going out and performing 2-3 times a night type shit after I got off work, and just making shit happen.
When was the last time you performed?
The last time I performed was, I think it was October. with Ladazé. October or November. October or November.
In Atlanta somewhere? Or Georgia somewhere?
Yeah. We he put together a big show. It was dope, man.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, Young Gaddis performed.
Yeah.
Hope Trilly, my homeboy KT, Automatic Ray. They had a couple battles. It was dope, man. It was a dope night. The time I performed before that, oh boy, it was wild. It was wild, man. So it was only one song. Bonnie Godiva came down here and she threw a couple battles, and she had a show. She was like, "Yo, pull up and do a show, bro." And I'm like, "All right, cool." So I just wrote this song, and one, I had just wrote the song. Two, I had been drinking dark liquor before I left the crib. Then I get to the spot and they only have white liquor, so I'm drinking white liquor, mixing it with the dark liquor. I start rapping and I just forget everything, and I just decided to take it upon myself to yell in a room full of gangsters. So what? I forgot my shit. I got hands.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
How'd that end?
Oh man, I guess they believe me, man. I'm not mixing anymore. I'm not mixing.
Famous last words right there. Maybe I didn't pay as much attention because I wasn't here, but I have to say that, like, my work situation, there's 3 of us and we all 3 kind of own and manage the company. So, and we all are roommates as well. Right. So if one of us gets sick, like, we're out of business for a week or 2. We can't work. And so I don't go do anything, but I don't know that I noticed until I lived here. But I was like, God damn, he's out doing shit in Atlanta all the time and I can never go.
Wait. What is here when you say here?
I'm in Georgia.
What?
I'm closer to Chattanooga than I am to Atlanta.
Okay. I remember us having a conversation about Chattanooga. I thought you were in Tennessee for something.
So our business is in Chattanooga. We live in Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but either way, like, I know that you like stay active and do shit, and you like to be places and do things, but I don't know that I really paid that much attention until I'm so close and I can just never go out, and it makes me angry a lot.
I see.
So
yeah, well, shit, I've got to start adding you to my email list.
yeah, do that. And you know what? So it's so funny. We had Lush on like a month ago again, and after that, I was talking to him and he was like, "Why don't you ever come out to events? Blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "Well, next time you're in Atlanta, hit me up."
Right.
And like 2 weeks later, here comes Midnight Madness. And I was like, ain't nobody hit me up.
Lush wasn't there. Lush ended up getting stuck on the plane, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think he got stuck on the plane in Charlotte or something like that.
So I do want to talk about this because it's this really unique, in my opinion, not format necessarily, but it's a really unique situation where, you've got Surf, you've got especially Bill Collector, you've got all these people that are like, in spaces 6 hours a day on Twitter and like tweeting 80 times. And like, there's all this information out there and there's all this promotion, but then also the actual events are supposed to be kind of like Fight Clubby, right? And so like, to hear like, oh, it went well, or this person got this belt, or that person got that belt, and they're not on YouTube yet. I don't know that I've actually seen, and I'm glad you went because now I'm going to ask you, anybody specifically say anything about the event? Like, y'all went bowling, that's dope, but like, what was the event like?
The event was dope, man. I like the vibe of it. It was very Fight Clubby, like the battle rap Fight Club, like with you know, back in the day when they had the pool tables in between them. Except it didn't have a pool table and you know, just money on the floor. It was very controlled as far as like, you know, making sure nobody gets in their feelings and wants to fight because they lost money or something like that. But you know, it was battler controlled. It wasn't any security in there. It was just battlers just making sure like, yo, man, like don't get in your feelings, we'll beat you up type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Like what type of venue? Obviously like not like what type of venue was it in? What kind of building?
It seemed like it could have been like you know, a art expose or something like that. It didn't have any paintings on. Oh, it did have paintings on the wall. So yeah, it probably was like a, you know, probably something like a art room, something like that.
Now I feel like they made it sound like this was going to move from city to city. Is that right, or is this going to be an Atlanta thing for now?
I think it's just going to be at wherever there are major URL events. Because you know, surf is big URL, so to capitalize on all the people already being there, I think it's just gonna be like, you know, like I think it's his version of you know, what's ARP's league? RBE. I think it's like his version of RBE, where he's gonna be putting on battles that necessarily wouldn't happen on URL. You know what I'm saying? So like, if there's a Summer Madness event and everybody's out in, you know, if the event is in, you know, Detroit and everybody's in Detroit, you know, they're gonna have their Geechee Gottis versus Hitman Hollers or shit like that. And but Midnight Madness have like a, you know, a Ness Lee versus B Magic or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Or a you know, John the Don versus Automatic Race, shit that we would never see on any other league like that, you know?
Right. So it's fair to say that the actual event was far less chaotic than the promotion has been.
Yeah, absolutely. It was dope, man. It ran smoothly. It wasn't any, there wasn't any issues, any commotion, and nothing like that. It was really dope, man. Like you would think it would be like a barbaric atmosphere because of the way it's being promoted, but nah, it's pretty chill, man. And people lose they couple $1,000 and they get back in the crowd and start rooting for the next guy. You know what I'm saying?
That's good that it went down like that. The only promotion events I've ever been to is KOT, like I mentioned. I've been to tons of them, and I mean, let's face it here, especially older KOT, you're not going to get a lot of thugs coming to the Tricky P feel good fucking battle, right? I love both of them, right? But you get what I'm saying. So all the years you've been into this shit, you've been to tons of different events, whether you're on them or not. My experience has always been, you know, a safe environment for the most part. You may get a few fucking fist fights, but not too much. Have you ever been in an environment where shit went all the way sideways, like a battle rap fucking environment?
I'm pretty sure I've been at an event where there was a fight. I myself,
like shots.
There was one, but it didn't have anything to do with the event. We was battling here in Atlanta. Or there was a battle event here in Atlanta, Grind Time Atlanta, and Carter Deems was battling, and some kid runs in from outside with a pistol in his hand. I think he had been in a shootout or some shit.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Oh, Carter. Okay.
Carter of all people too.
Right. It was wild. Like nobody really knew what was going on. He wasn't trying to harm us. I think he was just trying to get away from whatever situation he was in. And we're all thinking like, well, who is you shooting at? Are they coming in here?
Right. Well, so wait, to back up a second, like you still go to events
yeah,
obviously,
absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So, but you've said before, and you just said here, yeah, you take a Pat battle or a hollow battle or whatever.
Absolutely.
Is there anything that would compel you to participate in a Midnight Madness kind of event as a participant?
Nah, not really, man. Like I don't, man. I got the worst memory in battle rap, man. Like it takes me forever. To memorize some shit, and for me to potentially lose all that time, nah, man. Because I mean, let's just keep it real. Like the smack crowd don't really like me like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I have no idea. I honestly, this is my first time ever saying this out loud, but I honestly feel like somebody over at Smack is telling people like, yo, like, whatever you get a chance, take a dig at Ness, or if you have to review his battle, like say the worst things about him as possible. That's what it seems like, you know. That's what it seems like. So, you know, it affects some of their audience, and you know, you'll watch a battle of mine where I might be battling a Smack cat, and you'll see in the comments there's no parody whatsoever. It's no, you know, it's either yo, Ness is one of my favorites, or yo, Ness is absolute dog shit.
Yeah. It's funny you say that though, because fucking like so many battlers really they view you as one of their favorite battlers and one of the ones they like to watch the most.
For real,
you know what I mean? So fucking, it's really shitty though. These, you know, and I know you're not saying it's absolutely stacked like URL, but if that is the case, it's the vibe you're getting. That's a shitty fucking thing to do because the fans want to see you. Obviously, battlers, your peers respect you and they want to see you. Right? It's fucking trash because the only thing they're doing is hurting the fucking fans.
Yeah, I mean, but
you, right?
Yeah. Right. You know, but you know, it is what it is. If that's the thing that's going on, I don't know why. If that isn't, maybe I'm just overthinking. But it's just, you know, I'll see battlers that get on their league that used to hit me up all the time, like, yo, you one of my inspirations. Then they get on that league and start acting funny type shit. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I don't know. But I say that to say that it would be a good chance that I would lose even if I won, if I were to do that type of battle. You know what I'm saying? So
do you feel like outside of that, like if that is a thing that's happening, outside of that, do you feel personally about yourself that you are as looked up to and respected as your peers and fans feel you are? Do you really like get that about yourself, or do you just kind of like, man, I'm just a guy?
I mean both, because you know I never want to let myself get the big head, but I do notice. I definitely notice, man. Like, you know, people who understand the craft and get that, you know, what I'm doing is a bit different than what most people are doing in battle rap. They hit me up, man. Like a lot of our favorites hit me up, man, and you know, like. First time ever meeting Verb, man, he's saying things like, yo, man, you got something different than what these dudes are doing, man. And, you know, I think it was when he was, I think it was before he battled Mook and Lux. And he was considering battling me. You know, it was the same, matter of fact, it was the same day he battled Twerk. So yeah, we in the other room. He's like, yeah, man, you know, we might need to get you over here. And, you know, like just a bunch of instances like that, and it lets me know, like, I'm not crazy, man.
You're definitely not. Definitely. Like, go ahead.
It's interesting with fans too, though. Like, I've personally found, I mean, like, I think we're all well aware, like, long time Ness fan here.
Thank you.
That there is really not a lot of in the middle that I noticed. Like it really, even with fans, is like Ness is one of the goats. Ness has been around forever. Ness is so dope. Ness this, Ness that, Bender this, Ness that, Bender that, and or like, oh, Ness Lee, or like Ness. Like, what do you mean? Like, there's no in the middle. It seems.
Yeah. I think that's by design, but you know, it is what it is. At the end of the day, I notice all of the love, and I try not to pay any attention to the negative. I used to be one of those dudes that respond to the negative. I scan over all the love and find that one negative, like, yo, fuck you, or blah 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 blah, or that be the person that I engage with And it's like, why, man? Why am I giving this person any energy? And when I have all this positive energy right here that I can respond to.
And so, now you just roast your friends for fun. So you still got to do it. You got to get it out of your system.
Absolutely, man. Like at the end of the day, if I don't roast you, I don't love you, man. So.
That's funny.
That is. So yeah, this project. Let's go back to that a little bit.
Yes.
Any features? You plan on having any features or any features lined
right
up?
Now, not so. Right now, no. But I think I'm gonna end up having Jaron Benton on a track, and Mickey Fax don't know it yet, but he's gonna end
up. now he knows.
Right. Shout out Mickey. I just did a hook for him, so
So he owes you.
Yeah, what? Absolutely.
Tell me more about Q Public. Like, I'm not overly familiar, but I could definitely be a fan. I feel like
Q Public is fire. First off, it was 2016. Me and Derek at a basketball park. We always used to go hoop when my knees weren't 40 years old. And it's like the month before I battled Ness. And we hooping. Me and Derek are playing 21 with this big light-skinned dude and this littler light-skinned dude who's also big. And
right?
Big light-skinned dude, we hear him talk. He's like, "Where you from, Philly?" He's like, "Yeah," because he keeps saying John. But he said it like the way they say, he say like Jean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's real Philly how he said it. He's like, "Yeah, I'm from Philly." I'm like, "Yo, you know Ness?" He's like, "Yeah, man." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm battling him in a couple of weeks." You're like, "Oh yeah," you're like, "I do a little bit of rap myself, man." And I usually hate that conversation, because they usually end up being trash. You know what I'm saying? So, and I told him the same thing, man. He sent me his link. We exchanged numbers. He sent me his phone number. And then he sent me his SoundCloud link, and then I went to go listen. I was like, "Yo, this dude is fire!" What? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I listened to more, and we ended up doing songs. We ended up hooping. We ended up working out together. That's my brother right now. Q Public is fire. When I used to do the Incredibles freestyle series, he did one, and his is one of the most highest viewed and one of the best ones.
Yeah, like I was like listening because I knew I was going to be talking to you, and I went through Gangster and Gentleman like 4 times because I was like, wait, who is this? What is this person?
Q Public is fire. Watch his Incredibles that I did. INK Credibles, pretty much. Okay. And he is incredible.
You also had what, Nina on there?
Oh yeah, Nina. Oh man, shout out Nina. That is my Swedish baby mama. Not Swedish. I keep forgetting exactly where it is. She's from over there. But yeah, she's my foreign baby mama. Nina is absolute fire, man. Nina.
That was one of my favorite tracks from the entire what you said.
Really?
Yep.
Yo, she put out an EP not too long ago called Raw that Knots produced. Knots produced the whole thing. Wow. And shout out to Nina. Neenah. Mm-hmm. Look at her project Raw. It's it's only 4 songs, and it's so fucking fire, man. Like imagine like a hip hop version of Adele singing over some 1990s Busta Rhymes beats.
I don't know if that's the best visual, really.
I mean, but it's the best audio. It's the best. Man, listen to.
It's like, that tells me there's such a artistic original vibe to it. Right? It's like the people you're naming there, especially Busta. There's no second Busta.
Right,
you know what I mean? That's what I mean by that original creativity, right? Not just like fucking some shit that's way out there and it's a mess, like what Amy said, the visual.
Right. Yeah. I don't know if y'all are familiar with like Janine and the Mixtape. Have you ever heard of her?
I have.
It's like a more hip hop version of her. It doesn't sound like her, but like, the type of vibes that it gives off. She could be on tour with her,
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, like I love that track, but I much like Q Public, I was like, oh, Nina, all right, cool.
Right. You look her up. Please do. One of my favorite artists.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna check her out. And when you're doing like, you're taking control of the production on this. In the past, I'm sure you've obviously worked with other producers. Do you find it much better when you have total control of what's going on behind the scenes and laying out the groundwork for the album?
It's a longer process that way. I definitely have more control that way because I can do whatever I want whenever I want with the music. And waiting on other producers is, like I assume others feel when they're waiting on me when I'm the producer.
Yeah, that's exactly why I asked. I had Cormega on the one time, and
nice.
And it was right before he did. I've had him on a few times. I think this was before he put up Mega Philosophy, and he did the whole project with Large Professor. And he said he would rather work with just one producer, but the best he said is if he was making beats, because even with Large Professor, there's only two of them, but it's still he's ready to go. Large Professor isn't. Or vice versa, right? It could be, they got shit going on, other obligations. Not they don't want to be lazy or slacking off or anything, but you're always waiting on someone else. And
right.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was asking. If you what you prefer, because obviously it's less work you're putting in physically if you're not doing all the beats and all the production and everything. It's going to be a longer process if you're doing all that, but the good with the bad, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's dope in the sense that I get to shape it exactly how I hear it in my head.
Yeah.
Whether that's good or bad, that the outcome we'll know when I put it out, but if this is what I'm hearing in my head and I can actually translate it to music, like no one could do that other than the person who's thinking it up,
Definitely. Yeah. It's almost speaking a language in a way, right? And if you can understand that language and speak that language, you can definitely put it down. Now, someone like me, it's like, oh, I like the language, but there's no way I can fucking make it happen, right?
Right.
It's definitely a language, man. Like, when Amy asked me before about singing, like, I sing more than I rap, like on the daily. Like if I'm at work, people just be like, I didn't know you could sing, and I only noticed that I was singing type shit. Because it's not really about the words when you're singing something. It's really about just the vibe. Like I see scenes when I hear music, and a lot of people see colors. I see like the scenes of what the music is doing. And singing adds to that to me. And it's just a very emotional thing. And, whether you're happy, I sing when I'm happy. When I'm sad, I sing, like something that lends itself to sadness type shit. And I don't know what it is. It's definitely another language for me, and a few people speak it. Everybody understands it, but a few people speak it.
Exactly, yeah, and be able to explain it, right?
Right.
It's just difficult. It's funny you said about the color thing, because I don't know what the fuck I was just watching. But it might have been Drink Champs or some shit, and there was a producer on there, and they were talking about it, and the host of the show was saying, they said there's a word for it, and I guess it's a common thing with people who make music. They see patterns and colors when they make the actual sounds.
It is.
That's crazy.
Yeah, copyright.
I see nothing. Yeah.
Copyright told me about
Copyright?
it. Like, he hit me up like, yo, man, like, do you see colors when you rap? I was like, nah, man.
Synesthesia is what it's called.
That's what it's called?
Yeah. Yes.
That's crazy.
So while you're over there doing all of your own production and shaping things, I have a very specific, I need you to shape something for me request.
Go ahead.
Okay. Listen, just hear me out. When you popped off and unfollowed with I don't want to see your post no more, it is the perfect, listen to me, it is the perfect little clip for a TikTok.
That's what everybody
said. You got to cut it down and send me the file. Just that.
Okay.
That part.
That's it. Just that I don't want to see your post. I can do that.
I'll go back. I'll run it back and see if there's maybe 10 seconds. But absolutely. So stupid animal trick here. Before I was a pastry chef and before I podcasted, I was a social media professional for 10 years.
Nice.
So I don't think in colors and I can't make things rhyme and I can't do anything fun. But I hear something like that and I'm like, oh my God, that would be a thing that people would use online. So that's
what I heard. People keep telling me that, man. Like, you really
do it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna bug the shit out of you until you do it. Now that I know that you just don't get back to people, I'm gonna make it an absolute point.
With the singing versus the rapping, right? I mean, you can take singing lessons, guitar lessons, whatever. I've never heard of a rapper taking fucking rap lessons. It's probably the last shit, right? So with the singing, I assume you fucking, rapping's more of a self-taught thing. Did you ever take any sort of singing lessons? Or is that also self-taught?
Nah, no singing lessons, but I was in chorus in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, shout out to my teacher, Hugh Peacock. It's just a weird name. It's a weird name. Pause.
Stop
pause,
it.
Pause out the gate. Pause out the gate.
Stop it.
Pause out the gate. But you know, like he just, you know, he wasn't that old, but he was a, you know, older school white guy. He I think he came from a more classical background. So he taught us how to sing like with proper wording and shit like that to make things sound a little bit, you know, more easier listening. And I think I brought a lot of that with me today. So if there were any singing lessons, it would be from me.
Credited to him.
So is there any digging in the crates a 40-year-old Ness could do to find some lost footage of chorus Ness?
No, not at all. I wish, but not at all, man. Like I don't even think we probably did one concert, and I would have no idea who to hit up to find that footage.
Damn.
Still with like the handy cam back in the fucking day.
right. That's just on a big ass VHS.
Yeah.
Look, you give me a name and I'm gonna find him because that's what I do.
I wouldn't. I mean, I can hit up Mr. Peacock. Pause.
I love him. He's my favorite person now. Amazing.
Yeah.
Do you find that knowing how to sing assists you when you're writing raps for songs?
Yeah.
Understanding melodies and shit like that. It helps a lot.
Yeah.
Because Crow was taking singing lessons for quite a while, and he was taking it to help him understand melodies and shit like that. He doesn't sing at all. He has no intentions of singing, but he just finds it, you know, it helps him understand music on a total scale more, right? So it helps him, assist him with his actual writing his raps. Like, because I know it's no secret, you even fucking write your battles to a beat. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so obviously, you know, there's a harmony and a melody that influences you, whether you're writing for songs or whatever, I would assume, right?
So I didn't even know that what I was doing when I write my battles to a beat was melodic until Eric Foreman hit me up like, yo, you need to do more of that. I was like, what do you mean more of that? That what? You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting there trying to find it. Then I battle Rum Nitty. He's like, yo, when you be doing it, do that. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about, man? What do y'all mean? So then my homeboy sat me down like, yo, it's these parts right here, this part right here, that shit right, that's the melodic shit they talking about. So it's like, now I hear it. And I try to focus on it a little bit more when I'm writing, period, whether it's for a battle or a song, you know.
When you write, though, I mean, it's no secret that when you are preparing for a battle, it is like more hash marks than a jail cell, right? So I really just thought you were like super over prepared. Like you legit said earlier, you just don't remember shit. That's all that is.
My memory is for long pieces is terrible. It's absolutely terrible, man. Like, is Jason froze?
I hope not, because this is the best face I've ever seen.
I think he's frozen.
That's fine.
Oh shit, I'm gonna screenshot it because that's hilarious.
I legit
he's gone.
He'll come back.
Oh, you got it?
I got it. Don't worry. That was amazing.
So like it's my memory is so fucking terrible. And then you hear people like Soul Khan say he can write it the day before and then remember every word the day after. You know how many battles I would have if I could do that?
Thesaurus does that too.
Thesaurus is disgusting, man. Like, so, all right, I gotta explain my process before I even tell you how disgusting thesaurus is. Okay. So when the first day I go to memorization without my paper, without reading off or anything, I go 24 hours without getting a perfect take once.
Damn.
Like, I'll literally stay up the whole 24 hours and I'll go over my shit. So the first verse take like 7 hours. And
damn, dude.
Yeah, second verse would take like 7 hours. Third
but
verse.
How if you don't sleep? How are you even gonna get to the second or third verse and not have it be garbage?
So it's like it's a process. So like the first day, if I'm 2 weeks out, then I'm in a better position. But I still gotta drill this shit in my head so I can be that much more prepared. But if I have like 1 week, I'm not getting any sleep damn near that whole week. So I'm going over, I'm doing 21, 22, 23, 24 hour days. go to sleep for a couple hours, wake up, start the process over again, and I'll get it back. I'll get it. I might get like I might get one verse down, one perfect take on the first day. Each verse I might get one perfect take. So out of 7 hours per verse, one perfect take. I don't know how many takes that is per verse, but like one perfect take. The second day I might get like 20 perfect takes. Then the third day I might get like 30. And then the fourth day I might get like 40. And then the fifth day is where I can recite it perfectly, all the way through, but it's still not, like live action. Like I'm rapping it with the beat, like I wrote it. By the time I get like the 7th day, then it's kind of locked in. So if I have 2 weeks, then I'm super straight. So I still may have a stumble, like a slight stumble here and there, even if I have 2 weeks of preparation. You know what I'm saying? I'll get to say me and Thesaurus are booked on the card in Chicago. Actually, this is exactly what happened.
I was like, this is an oddly specific example.
Oh, shit. It was a cool autumn night.
Right. So Thesaurus will be like, yo, let's spar right quick. So then I'll spit my shit, he'll spit his shit. And then we walk to the venue. As I'm going over my shit and we walk to the venue, Thesaurus is rapping parts that I'm forgetting.
Oh no.
Yo, his memory is ridiculous. His memory is absolutely ridiculous. He's telling me things like, maybe it's because you write so intricately. I'm like, shut up, man. You remember my shit after 5 minutes.
You really do. I mean, like, obviously you can freestyle too, right? But it's like this last, especially the last year or two, he's been pretty open about kind of overextending himself and his performance suffering from that. And
right.
I was talking to him one night and he was like, the battle was like the next day, and he was like, I have 1 round. And I was like, but I know you're not worried because you're fucking a unicorn, dude. It's fucked. And like,
that man is crazy.
Right. But like, having known that, I could kind of see it the next day. But had I not talked to him and had he not said that, I would have never thought. Like he just comes off the way he comes up, and he's, as long as he doesn't like choke, he just is him all the time, and it always works, and it's disgusting.
Yeah,
it's filthy, man. Fuck you.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of him, he just did. Have you seen this Sounds Like podcast with Shuffle? And
no.
Oh my God, Ness! Look, it's like my favorite thing this last year.
Amy recruits for.
I do. I'm about to recruit you. That's what we're doing now.
Okay.
No, I'm so simple. This is like my favorite thing. So Shuffle decided he wanted to start podcasting, and he's Mr. like wordplay, right? And so the whole point of this show, it's called Sounds Like, is like, it's kind of set up like a game where there's like 2 teams loosely, and then there's like 4 or 5 different little games within the show that they play. And so like every show starts with a rhyme in the wild, meaning you have to hold something up that you have at home and tell them what it is, but obviously it has to be a rhyme. So anyway, there's some really great ones. Diz has done it. The last one, Thesaurus and Ilmac have both done it before, but this last one they just did was Thesaurus and Ilmac together as a team. Right. But like, I think you would have, I can't speak that you would have fun. I would have fun seeing you on the show. But if you like seeing, like, especially a lot of your peers that you have either battled or personally know, kind of, more relaxed, but actually still do what they do and have fun, and it's not a battle, it's way worth checking out.
Really? Okay. What's it called? Let me write this down now.
Sounds Like.
Okay.
I'll send you a link, but it's
okay.
There's a few that are just kind of like, all right, like this is fun, and there are some that are really, really, really good. But I've not made it through the Ilmac and Thesaurus one yet. I still have that tab open, but I can see you doing something like that. Like, you've got a good enough personality, and like you're laid back and you're funny, and like that's kind of what makes the episodes that are as good as they are. Nice.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. You said Shuffle T?
Yeah.
Shuffle, hit me up, man.
Yeah, right.
Oh, Marlo, Shuffle T and Marlo.
No, Marlon's
Yeah, it's
not
those
a
two, isn't it?
regular.
Oh, I thought
He's
Marlo
not
was. Who is it? Bangles with them?
Bagnall's
Is
with
he part
them.
of it?
Bleeze is with them.
Oh shit, that's that. Yeah, all that's
Yeah,
the
so
homies.
they do have some like random rotating in and out guest hosts sometimes,
Okay,
but like those
okay.
are the three standard. Like that's who you'll see on every single episode.
Gotcha.
So, but yeah, what was the one that I set up that happened like 6 months later? It was Sharon, and who the fuck was it?
There was that. There was also
Kid
Nameless.
Twist?
Kid
No,
Twist.
it was Kid Twist, yeah.
Kid Twist. Okay, Kid Twist. Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And then we bombed Kid Twist when we got Nameless on there on
Right.
the show. Kid Twist didn't know it was coming. He got all worried. Said, what are you guys bringing in on me here? What's this sneak attack?
Anyway, yes, you have to check that out. But before we get back away from battle rap again, if we do, I these are like as close as I'm gonna get to like your standard interview questions, which I kind of hate about myself, but it's information I personally want to know. One would be at this point in your career, I mean, you're not active anymore, but like other than hey, it has to be a bigger name. Is there a specific battle you wish had happened that has not?
Oh yeah, man. You could probably tell this one for me before I even say it. I guarantee you know.
I'm not gonna steal your thunder.
Oh man, anybody who had followed me for any amount of time would know that it's Bender.
So way to fuck up my second question, Ness, but go ahead. Go ahead with your Bender stuff.
Nah, it's just that was the elusive one. You know, that was the one that myself and everyone else who, you know, had supported me wish had happened. You know, shout out to Bender, man.
He's so fucking good.
Right.
Man,
that was my next question was what's your favorite Bender memory?
My favorite Bender memory. I think he didn't really see me as competition until I battled Lo Pesci.
Okay.
And then when I battled Lo Pesci and called him out, and after that event, I'm outside and he comes up to me and he doesn't say hi or nothing. He just starts spitting me like the most intricately written poetry I've ever heard in my entire life. Like drunkenly while he's hanging on my shoulder and my ear. And all I'm thinking is like, I think he's trying to scare me with
And he probably wasn't, but that's perfect.
He probably wasn't, but you know, I was trying to walk away and he's like, no, but I got another part.
And was that an event in Canada then? I take it was against Low? Yeah, it was. Which event was that?
That was World Domination 2
or 5. So that was Club Access, right?
Yeah, it was Access.
Yeah. I was just telling Amy about Access last night or yesterday. Because I went to all the events there. That was my favorite venue. And you know, like I was saying to Amy, like a lot of these fucking guys, they're working for basically airfare and hotel money because battle rap wasn't what it is now, right? I mean, sure, some are getting paid, but it's very minimal. But it's an experience, right? Especially if you're coming from the States or overseas or some shit, right?
Right.
And I was telling Amy, like, fucking, like in between battles, everyone would go to that gravel parking lot across the street. They'd be smoking joints, drinking. I'm like, fucking, and you could see a circle of like dumbfounded, Sharon, Bender, whoever, just chilling. I'm like, fucking, it was amazing. It was such a different time, man. And everyone was there because they all loved hip hop, all loved battle rap. It wasn't a thing, right? Like what it's turned into now, people like fucking, they get dressed up and buy a new outfit to go be in the crowd at a battle rap event. Like, it's a fucking battle event, man. Get a Gangstar t-shirt and go. You're good.
We're definitely Hollywood now. I'm part of it. I'm definitely part of it. But,
Hollywood Ness. That's his new name.
Right.
Hollywood Ness. But man, it was just a dope ass thing, man. Like I battled Lo Pesci for a plane ticket, man. Like I didn't even have a hotel. I don't even think did I have a fucking hotel room? I don't think so. I don't think so. One of my partners took care of me, man. My homeboy Harsh Z, he used to battle on KOTD, man. But, he took care of me as far as hotels go, man. But I was just broken, happy to rap back then, man. So.
Yeah, and I mean that's the modern era of battle rap was really starting to evolve then. So without guys like you saying, "Yo, fuck it, I'll take the experience, the trip to another country for airfare." Right. You know what I mean? Right. And without you guys willing to make that sacrifice and participate and cooperate with leagues like KOTD, this shit never would have worked.
You're right.
Never. If you would have been sitting there at that time being like, no, I want 10 grand to fucking get off the couch.
Right.
Been like, we don't even have $10,000 in the company.
Do you, like, as somebody who is not only there, but like involved at that time, and we'll still say today, like, what do you think? You know, it's great to see it grow, and you know, pay-per-views have happened, and different platforms are happening, and much wider exposure is happening, and there's movies, and there's, you know, all these things. What do you think is lacking that was better back then?
I think the spirit of competition was better back then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've all added to, you know, it being stripped to what it is today. You know, like, I don't battle for less than a certain price, and you know, I go into battles knowing that I'm gonna have a certain built-in, you know, reaction from people who just know that I'm about to say something that they're gonna relate to or they're gonna like. And you know, I tried to strip that away from myself in my last few battles, you know, before I took my hiatus. But yeah, it's definitely a thing that is going on and is glaring. Like, even before this era of battle rap, man, like when it was just freestyle, I remember being at work and my partner coming in like, hey, I got a homeboy that want to meet you, man. He battled. I was like, man, let's go over there on break. And I just went over there and you know, in this dude's neighborhood, and it's like 20 of them. We all standing in between cars and we just rapping. You know, like, we used to do shit like that all the time. Like, that would never happen now. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody wants to get paid, of course. I get it. You know, we built our brand up, but like, the spirit of competition is kind of dead. That's why the Midnight Madness thing is dope.
Yeah, it's fun. It adds something to it, especially when people are putting up their own money. It adds a whole lot more to it when it's coming out of your pocket. It's not just show up, do your performance. That's another thing that I don't like too, where battle rap took a turn where it was more about just people performing. And there's literally tons of battles where each fucking guy is just looking at the camera and rapping, and it has no direct fucking things with the person. They're not even looking at the person, as they're just doing a performance. And it's like, even if it's good material and shit, I'm a fan of, like, I want someone to fucking, I like humor, or I like when somebody just fucking rips someone apart and breaks them fucking down for who they are in front of everyone. I love that shit. As opposed to, you know, like a person just standing there saying, what gun bars are one thing. Some people are good at them, but I mean, there's a guy that hit me up. He's like an up and coming battler, and I don't know why battlers hit me up to ask my opinion. I've never battled in my life, but he sent me a battle and he asked for feedback, and I was like, well, I've heard a lot of feelings in my lifetime giving fucking honest feedback. I'll give it to you. And the guy was dope. Actually, fucking, his name's Classic, so check him out with a K, Klassik. For anyone listening or interested, he's pretty decent. But I even told him, like, his first round, it starts off good, and then out of nowhere he goes, headshot, gun this, gun that. And I told him, I was like, fuck, he had so much substance for like the first 45 seconds, and then it's just generic gun bars. Right. And he told me that people have told him that that's what he should do. He should try to be like Nitty and try to be like Lux if he wants it to work. I was like, fuck that, be like you. Be like you, man. Don't do that shit. Yeah, and I know it really easy things to be, Lux and Nitty, right?
Wow. And that's gonna be in his head forever, even when he is trying to get away from it. That one thing is going to be in his head forever. That's wild. That's like, too.
I don't hate a well-placed, well-written gun bar, but that kind of, like, I don't have something to put here, so let me do that because it always works kind of thing. Not it.
Yeah, I mean, gun bars are fun, man. You know, I started, like, I think I went my first 20, 25 battles without any gun bars. And then when I started doing gun bars, it was going to be to make a point. You know what I'm saying? I was going to have like a big third round against somebody who does gun bars that was just going to break it down and make it look stupid. And somewhere along the way, I started loving gun bars, started loving doing them. And it's like, oh, fuck that, man. I like doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, the gun bars can definitely be dope, and they're like an insta haymaker. If you're not really connecting, you know, with the crowd, you can definitely bring that out of nowhere and get a good reaction. But if that's all you do, you know, for lack of being able to do anything else,
that's exactly when it becomes a problem, right? You're not strong enough in other areas, so you use that as a fucking crutch to try to get your way through. And sooner or later, you're going to get to an echelon of guys who are going to fucking crush you because they can do almost everything. Or if you get to the top somehow, guys that can do everything, you're going to get fucking slaughtered.
Absolutely. You're going to come to somebody who's been doing gun bars forever, and if that's all they do, every one of theirs is going to be better than yours. You know
right.
Yeah. It's like when Sharon first started going over to Smack, and like everyone kept coming with the same thing, nerdy white Canadian. Right. And it's just like, holy fuck, you're just giving him the victory. He's gonna have so much fun with that. Sharon's never pretended to be anything but a nerdy white Canadian. Right. He doesn't already admit, right? And then it's gun bars. Like I remember he was saying to Tay-Rock, like, yeah, like I didn't grow up where you grew up. That's true. Like fucking, what is this debate about? You're not exposing me on anything.
Right. It's so. I always thought that was weird, man. Telling a dude who never claimed to be gangster, he's not gangster.
No shit.
And I hadn't seen Sharon lose many battles over there on that side, but it's like it wasn't even really a competition until they started actually battling him instead of just saying the same thing. Who did he battle last week? Was it Danny
Myers in the one rounder?
Danny battled Sharon, and that was a fire fucking battle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was
really good. You saw it?
Yeah,
you saw it. Yeah. I haven't seen it. I heard it was good though.
It was really good. I'll send you a link.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'd like to check that. It's funny, we had Sharon on one time, and because I thought this earlier when we were talking with the source and his memory, and we've had Sharon on tons of times. But I was talking to him about how a lot of people when they rebuttal, you can tell they're holding it in their head and they say it first before they start the written material. And Sharon, like he's explained to me before, I've known him for a long time, that he puts his shit together in blocks. And if he has a rebuttal, he thinks of where he's going to put that block in the scheme of blocks that he already has.
Wow.
So we're talking about this shit, right? And I said to him about choking, and he's like, I choke all the time. He's like, I'm just so good at freestyling, you can't tell. So you only battlers want to fucking kill you? That's a superpower. That's bullshit.
That's crazy. That's like Iron Man telling Hulk, go ahead and get angry. He's like, yo, I'm always angry, man. Like
what? Right.
Damn, that's crazy. Because I always wondered about cats like Sharon and DNA. Like it makes me wonder, like, does DNA have any kind of similar condition to Sharon? Because I always thought they were so similar, man, and how they how they got their material out, man. And I don't think I've ever seen either one of them so much that you even have a micro stumble, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, the way Sharon explains it, that's so interesting. Have you seen any of the Equalizer, the new series with Queen Latifah?
Okay, Queen
so
Latifah is the Equalizer?
But yes, it is so good.
That's why I'm not watching it.
It is so good. Look, wait, let me back up, because this question was not about the Equalizer. But if you like the formulaic, you know what it's going to be, then you would love it. If you're expecting like Denzel in the first one, then maybe you're not gonna love it. But
got you.
Anyway, the point was, you haven't seen it, so I can't use that as an example. But like, if you think about like a Star Wars or a Star Trek or like any like futuristic thing where there are big touch screens in front of somebody where they're like touching blocks of information and just shuffling them around to rearrange them, that's how he writes.
Wow.
Like not with the screen, but like here's that block. Yeah. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
And then he can just rearrange them at will.
That is wild.
Like, fuck him, dude. I can't even think like...
You mentioned DNA there. When Sharon battled DNA, Sharon and I used to host a Combat Sports podcast back around that time. So we did live shows, and they were every Monday. So we do the show on Monday, and he has a battle coming up that Saturday. He's supposed to battle Shotgun Suge. And so we do the show, whatever. After the show's done, we're shooting the shit, talking, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'll see you at the venue. I think it's a 2-day event. I'll see you there Friday, do battle Saturday, whatever it is, and blah, blah, blah. So I'm at the event. Shotgun Suge doesn't show up. And then they did the whole thing on the screen. And I was saying to Sharon on that episode, we got to get you versus DNA someday. And Sharon was like, yeah, that'd be cool. So the fucking event comes, and DNA walks out from the back. So after the event, I said to Sharon, I'm like, when was this planned? He's like, oh, the day before you told me that you'd like to battle DNA. Like, he didn't say anything, and then he told me he drove from Ottawa to Toronto with his brother, and he didn't even tell his brother. Yeah,
that's crazy.
He's like, his brother the whole way there is like, you prepared for shotgun? You good for shotgun? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. I got shotgun. He's done. And fucking
Sharon is a machine, man. And that's like not telling your brother that is crazy.
Yeah, the whole car ride from Ottawa to Toronto didn't say a fucking word to him about it.
That's crazy. Sharon, shout out to Sharon, man. Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, man. He's good shit.
He's really one of the best battlers out here, man. I try to tell people that he's more effective than the vast majority of people out here. Whether you like his pen or not, his effectiveness is like top 10 in battle rap.
Yeah, man. And it's cool too, someone like that. Watching him grow so much. I mean, he was a fucking like a teenager when he started. He told me one time that he took a battle.
Like a teenager? He was like a 12-year-old.
Right. He took a battle one time. I think he said it was in Oakland. He was 16. He had to be 21 to get in the club. So they stuck him in through the kitchen. And then they had to sneak him back out after his battle. And then he got in a cab and the cab driver fucked him over for the fare. Apparently the hotel was on the other side of the block, and the cab driver went for like a 20-minute fucking drive to jack the fare up.
Nah, bro.
But you know what I mean? What kind of 16-year-old fucking kid's gonna go from Ottawa to Oakland to a battle when you don't even know if you're gonna get in the fucking venue. You're gonna sneak me in the kitchen? All right, cool. I'm on my way.
You mean Oakland, California?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm almost positive it was Oakland. Like fucking 99% sure it was Oakland. Crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. Sharon is an animal, man. He was built for this shit.
All right, so when are we gonna see Ness versus Sharon?
I mean, I would love to test myself against someone like Sharon. Sharon he's really an animal. He's really built for this shit, man. But nah, I can't really see that one happening, man. Like, I really got too much respect for him to try to say anything disrespectful towards him. I love that guy, man. I love that kid, man.
Do you? I mean, like, you're a genuinely nice person, right? So, but like, you love.
You said it like it was a question, right? You are, right?
Or you're a much better actor than you're giving yourself credit for.
Right.
But you love clowning on people. But like, you can be disrespectful, but you don't do that often. So like, where is the line, like when you're preparing for a battle? Like when are you like, okay, maybe I'm actually gonna kind of be a dick this time?
I can't remember any battle where I said that, because like I only say things that are public knowledge, man. Like I don't do any dirt digging. If I do have any shit, any knowledge that hasn't been known, I'm not gonna say it in a battle. I just feel like it may be to my own detriment. I think I put myself at a disadvantage with how I write, because I want my talent to beat you. I don't want dirt to beat you. I don't want, like gossip to beat you. I don't want shock to beat you. I want the fact that I put together shit better than you can beat you. So, it may have lost me a couple battles, but that's my standard. So I don't think I've ever went into a battle like, I'm gonna just be a dick, man. Like I could have plenty. I remember it was a girl that I was talking to who had used to talk to a certain Team Homie member, you know what I'm saying, that I battled. And she hit me up like, yo, do you want some dirt on her? I'm like, no, man, what the fuck do you mean?
Fucking people are scandalous.
That's some slimy shit right there.
Right. And that happens damn near every time I battle. People hit me up like, yo, man, I know this. Like, get the fuck out my inbox. I don't want to know that shit.
So do you have, I was going to ask you if you have a favorite battle of your own, and it was that generic. But now my question is like, do you have a favorite battle of your own that maybe wouldn't be a fan favorite, that you just were super happy with what you wrote and maybe you didn't even win?
So when I'm really pleased with my material, not so much the performance, me versus Trez. My material in that battle was insane. I went crazy in that battle, but I didn't perform it like I was supposed to, and I fucked up on one of my rebuttals, and that kind of took away all my steam and my momentum. My favorite slept-on battle of mine is me versus Gen I from Africa. I don't think that battle's even up anymore, but I have it. I think I'm gonna upload it.
Okay.
It was supposed to be daylight. So like that was supposed to be the battle where I would really just take off the weighted suit like Piccolo or some shit. And really flex what I can do. And I think I accomplished that, man. Like to this day, I don't think I've done that again on that level. If it had it been daylight that stood in front of that, he either would have died or we would have had the best battle that
year. Well, what's the one that you hear from fans is the fan favorite the most often?
Ness, Thesaurus, Lopeshi, and Mad Flex.
That was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope. Freaking, you battled Fredo. Did you know he can sing as well?
Oh yeah, Fredo's my brother, man. Fredo's my guy, man. Like
we had him singing Boys to Men on here one time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And he's like, I wasn't quite prepared, so we got him to sing twice because the first time it didn't come off very well. He wasn't happy with the material, so he gave us another one.
That's Fredo, man. Fredo's a real artist. Fredo, he comes from my era, man. Like Fredo's where you had the big puns, where you could drop a commercial song about a girl and then rap the grimiest verse right after that on the next song. Like he comes from that era, so it doesn't surprise me.
When you guys battled and you were doing the video game shit back to him, the look on Fredo's face when he looked at his buddy, he's like, same fucking team. It's the same fucking team.
Yo, you know what's funny? I didn't even realize that. I didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. I had no idea. I was trying to, I'm sitting here trying to think about rebuttals while he's rapping and shit. And like he's like, same fucking skin. I'm like, no, it's not my shit. How did it yours? That's what I'm thinking. And then I watch it back. It's like, yo, not only is it Street Fighter, but we rhymed the same pattern for a long ass time about Street Fighter.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was a good fucking battle. I really enjoyed that one. The Alias battle I liked a lot.
Alias battle was hard. Alias went crazy, man. I wish he would have. I know he wishes as well, but I wish he would have gotten this material a lot cleaner.
Still good battle.
I mean, there's a long list of good ones. To be fair.
Oh yeah. I appreciate that, and I agree.
I for whatever reason stay stuck on Pass. I love doing Pass so much.
I forget about. I keep forgetting, but that's definitely one of the ones that supporters hit me up about. Definitely.
It was fun.
When I got done with it, I didn't like it that much, man.
Well, you were supposed to Peanut? Who was it?
It was supposed to be Peanut, and he was supposed to battle Young Ill.
Oh yeah.
So wasn't the story there was a chick at the venue that Peanut fucking bagged and then never talked to again, so he didn't want to see her or some shit? Is that true? That's the fucking story I heard from a few people, and I also saw people online calling about it.
So okay.
All right.
So I'm lying. So maybe that was going to be the one time I was going to be a dickhead because
right.
Because so. Old girl that he smashed, it wasn't like he smashed and then just stopped talking to her. I think they used to deal with each other or something. I think Jason's froze again.
I think this is the best twice in a row. Amazing. This never happened. You're my good luck charm. All right, I got it.
Indeed. So I think the story was, I want to wait till he comes back to tell the story so we can hear it.
Okay. Well.
So you want to talk about like stars and
dude, okay, wait, are you just like a Cadillac guy in general, or because it's like that car, it's that specific one?
I'm from Georgia, man. Like I'm super duper Georgia, man. And it's like, my age group, being from Georgia, a young boy always wants to grow up and get a Cadillac. So I got my first Cadillac in 2018. And then, when I started getting a little bit of money, I started looking at, certain Cadillacs, and I saw the ATS and I was like, that's it. That's the one. So first one I got was a black one. And then I got in an accident with that one. Second one I got was the one that looks like the one I have now. Got in an accident with that one. Then I got the one I have now, and she doesn't like me, but.
So when you run through the whole Fresh Prince cast, what are you going to start naming all the rest of them?
Hopefully, I'm stuck on this one. Hopefully, I'm stuck on Hillary Banks.
That's funny.
I mean, I really loved Vivian 2. Vivian 2 was my favorite car of all time. Man.
Clearly.
Yeah. But so this is a story. I was trying to wait till you got back to tell it.
Yeah, thanks, man. Sorry about that too.
Now you good. Just know that you got a couple screenshots coming your way.
Oh, Ness.
So this is the story as I remember it. Parts could be, remembered wrong. I don't know, but he used to date this certain chick that they used to be around battle rap. Like they were in a committed relationship, and then he cheated on her with another certain girl that was around battle rap.
Mm-hmm.
All of these girls are Laura Tarsi, so.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna tell you some other shit. Man. Before I finish that story. Me and Tarsi dated for 2 years, man.
Dude, what? That's perfect. That's perfect.
Yep.
I love it.
Yep.
Holy shit! I thought all her relationships were out in public like that.
Nah. So her relationship with Sharon was fake. She was dating me that whole time.
Right.
Oh shit! I didn't know that was at the same time. Wow.
That's fucking hilarious. I'm so glad I said that.
Wow.
So he cheats on the first. He cheats on girl A with girl B, and they find out about each other, and then it just blows up. And this is like right before the battle. So I guess he thinks someone used it in the battle, and he backs out.
How did you know all of this? How were you privy to this?
I'm cool with both of the girls, and then they found out that he and I were battling because they were talking to him at the same time. It blows up in his face, and they both hit me up like, "Yo, blah 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 blah." In my mind, I'm thinking they setting me up. Like, why both of them hit me up at the same time?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But either way it goes, like, I don't want no fucking material. I don't want to know nothing. Nah, that's not what I do. So I guess he thinks that he's thinking I'm setting him up, I guess. I don't know. I'm thinking he's setting me up. I don't know. And to say the wrong material or whatever, he backs out the battle. I'm looking for another opponent, and then he's back in. He hits me up. He's like, yo, just mind your business when it comes to the battle. When it comes to I'm like, in my head, I'm like, mind my business. You fucking around with my timing and all this other shit, man. Like, then I started thinking, okay, I'm about to be a dickhead. I'm about to say all this shit. And I guess he felt it and he backed out again. You know what I'm saying? And that's when
what was the actual timeline on the final back out though? Like, if you don't like writing really, really close to the battle, like, you would never have known that in that one if it was that close.
I think that time I didn't have anything to do around that time. So I think it was like a week and a half for me and Pass. And like the third verse, the whole part with Pass in it, that was written for Peanut because he did that against, I can't remember who he did it against, but he did the whole thing. So I was like, let me just do it better against him. And then they gave me Pass, and I was like, well, shit, I already got a whole, the whole section written about him. So, but I did have to rewrite the first two and half of the third. So I think I had like a week and a half, and all I did was memorize for that week and a half. All I did was memorize, and I was surprised I got that shit out as well as I did, man.
You did though. I mean, did you have a choice, or they just gave you Pass and that was that?
No choice. Young Ill backed out on Pass, so he didn't have anybody to battle. And me and Pass is a battle that a lot of people wanted to see anyway. So it was like, it just made sense, So yeah, they put it together, and I was surprised that we got KOTD Battle of the Year because that was the same year that Oxymiron and Disaster. I just knew all them Russians was gonna pull up.
Dude, what did you think about that the first time you saw that?
Oxymiron and Disaster?
Yeah.
I thought it was fire, man. I like Oxy is I never met him, never spoke to him. I don't even know if he knows I exist. I don't know, but the dude is he seems like he's a media darling. Like he was just put here for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he says the right things in interviews. He seems like a good guy, and on top of that, he can rap in a couple of different languages. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they said he was, and maybe this was for promo, but they said that he's like Russia's Eminem. Like that's the kind of adoration
I can see that
over there.
I can see that.
Yeah, but apparently from what Krill's told me, it's not, he's not respected as a rapper like Eminem's respected as a rapper here. He's more of like has like a Will Smith respect.
Really?
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's like
what?
He has like groupies, like teenage groupies and shit. Like, yeah. Krill said his fan base is more of on like a boy band level, so to speak.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
I mean, that's still a big base, though.
Yeah. But I mean, he's not recognized as like one of the fucking like killers over there that can spit some fucking crazy shit.
That is wild.
Like, I know, right? Yeah, friggin' Krill was telling me all kinds of things about him. I'm not gonna bring him up on here. Krill knows people know him because Krill used to work with the people that own Versus, the Russian battle rap league over there. When he lived back home, he used to run tournaments with them, battle rap tournaments before Versus was a thing. So he's still good friends with those guys, and those guys know Oxy and shit. So
right.
But yeah, by no means was Krill ever shitting on Oxy. Just saying, like, don't get it twisted. It's not. He ain't Jay-Z. He ain't
Right. Wow, you would think that he would get that type of love being that he's a battle rapper.
Right.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it is a cutthroat ass place over there, though, man.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy. The battle rapper is Will Smith over there. Sheesh.
Hey, fun fact. Did you know Will started battling?
What?
Listen to this. So I don't know if you know I'm sure you couldn't have missed it because it was everywhere. Wrote a book.
Oh, wait. Hold on. You know, when you said Will started battling, I thought you meant like he started battling recently.
He started
out battling. I got you. Yeah. I can see that.
Dude, I can't see that.
I can see it because that was just that era. That was the era.
It's the time, right?
But it's like he says flat out though that he was like, even now in battle rap, it's the case that like you got to have some kind of talent, right? Like you have to have a thing. But if you can be funny enough to turn a crowd, you will win every time, and that's what I do.
Absolutely. Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, you couldn't rap unless you battled in the 80s. I assume that's when he started battling, when he started rapping.
Right.
Like 16 when he came out in like 88, 80, something like that.
Well, he started at a Christian high school.
Really?
Yeah, man. I'm telling, like, I've since I've read the book, like, told everybody I know to read it because it's great. But if you are into audiobooks, I'm actually not. But he narrates his own, and to hear him like actually tell the stories rather than somebody just read the book and like hear him talk about coming up battling and like he went to like a Christian private school that was mostly white, and then chose to go to a mostly Black public school, and he was like, it really helped me. I didn't realize it then, but it really helped me that young, figuring out what hit, like culturally, it's so different, what hit with Black kids, what hit with white kids. And like, I carried that through my career. That's one of the ways I became so universally loved, is because like, I knew how to know my audience.
I see. Interesting. I mean, that makes sense though, man, because battle rap has helped me as far as figuring out what hits with what type of audiences. You know what I'm saying? Because I was naive like my first 30 something years on earth, as far as like you got to cater to certain crowds type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I was very naive. I just thought, I mean, I was kind of spoiled too, because the way I rap, it kind of translated to a lot of different audiences, but then it'll be like one specific audience that I get in front of, and it's like, what's this guy doing? We want punchlines right now. You know what I'm saying? Or we want rhyme patterns right now, or we want whatever it is that they want right now. So battle rap, like paying more attention to it and being more cognizant of what I'm doing and where I'm at, it definitely helped me read the room more. So I definitely think it's going to translate with the music.
Was there a moment, like a specific moment that finally hit you?
Versus Shotty. Definitely versus Shotty. It wasn't my material. That was another one. That's another one where my material was crazy for it, but my performance was pretty trash. I think it was versus him, because that material should have shaken like It should have tore the building down.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't really getting reaction like that. And it was more so because of how I was performing it. You know, Drake is in the building. You know, I'm battling Shotty, one of the most electric people in battle rap. So it's like I got to give them something to grab onto right now. And it has to be from my personality. And whatever I say is just going to be the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? But I got to give them something visually, something more tangible. And I think that's what made me start being more, careful when I'm crafting what I'm doing. Yeah.
All right, before we let you get out of here, we've taken up like 2 hours of your time.
As
far as this upcoming project, do you have a release date in mind or like a time frame in mind?
I wanted to release it last year in September, but a lot of things happened to kind of derail that. So this year in September, around my birthday. Yeah, around my birthday, man. Definitely gonna be around then. I'm gonna have album release party, which is also gonna be a roast.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
It's gonna be fire.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire. So,
And are you gonna be shooting videos for it too, stuff like that? Like, how far do you try? Are you planning to push this project? I mean, you say an album release party, so I assume there's gonna be promo. Videos, the whole fucking nine. Yeah.
I'm already shooting videos. I shot the first day for Bottom of the World already.
Okay.
And I'm doing a few videos for this, man. So I remember when earlier, just to circle back to that earlier when I said the album's still shaping itself. I think I want to do more like on Bottom of the World, where the intro is like a whole different genre of song.
Yeah.
And the meaning of Bottom of the World is completely different than when the hip hop song comes. I think I want to do that with more songs. Like,
okay.
I think I'm gonna add more on to The Incredibles. I think I'm gonna add more on to I'm a Legend. And I think I wanted to be like 4 or 5 songs like that on this album, because I want to be the person to introduce making your own samples and turning them into, actual hip hop song.
I mean, you could do an entire project of songs that are nothing more than movie titles, because you're kind of already headed in that direction.
Am I?
I Am Legend, Incredibles, shit. Planet of the Apes.
Oh shit, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess so.
All right, Amy, anything else you want to get in here? And Ness, anything else you want to plug before we let you get out of here?
Nah. I think we covered a big part of it,
Yeah, no, it was fun, man. I'm glad we got it done. And actually, I really appreciate it. I was saying this to Amy the other day that back going to the battles all the time, being a battle rap fan for so long, whether I'm at the events or watching the pay-per-view at home, or if it's stuff in the States that I can't get to.
Right.
There were certain people, because Amy said we worked in combat sports, right? So there's certain people, as a rapper or a battler or whatever the industry the person may be, like, fuck, it'd be cool to sit down and chop it with that person someday. Right? There's very few people. But I'm doing combat sports shows. It gets difficult, especially if the person knows nothing about combat sports, and I'm doing a show talking to a rapper about hip hop, no combat sports.
Right.
And I said to Amy, I was like, Ness is one of those fucking guys. And she was like, really? I was like, I've been probably waiting like 11 years to do this fucking thing. So yeah, man, I never thought back then it would ever happen. So man, I really appreciate this.
Oh man, salute. It's my honor, man. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate you guys taking 2 hours of your time out to talk to little old me, man.
Little old you.
Little old me.
All right,
you getting littler and littler though again. So
I'm trying to. I'm trying to, man. Got to get this gut down so I can be a, somewhat of a sex symbol when I put this music out.
Right.
Shoot a video like that D'Angelo one where he's fucking naked.
Oh yeah, right. Man, listen, if I get so much as a 2-pack, I ain't never putting on a shirt again.
Oh shit. All right, my man. Thanks a lot, Ness.
I appreciate y'all.
Amy Barton. Sir. I'm Jay Kelly. This is The Building Downtown. We out. Peace.
Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown. Building downtown.